Greetings, YouTube. This is part two of, well, it's not really a review, it's just me giving the cards that I received on the 24th of June, 2023. This is Quatita's deck, Quatita Dean's creation. I'm just going to say it like that. And I'm just keeping it very simple because um, it's not that I know the answers, and you only have to trust me to know that I shuffled the deck and I have not seen these cards yet. Now, this is just how I do readings. I like to pull um, like three. I like to start with three, and then if I feel like there's more to be revealed, I'll turn over additional cards. Um, and then, like, I may pull three additional ones here and in that spot. Then I pull between one and three on the side, and that's just in case, or not just in case. The three or the one to three on the side will represent what my ancestors, want me to know. And the question that I ask is, I know some people may give me a lot of grief about this, but I can't help it. So, and the question I asked was, and it may be some harsh truth in these cards when, like, tough love, that I may not, that I'm not ready necessarily to face the music, but it is what it is, you know? Because initially I was going to ask, what would my mother like me to know? And I'm 47, so I kind of have an idea of what she would like me to know or what she wants me to do, because she's still making me do those things. And that's not in a bad sense. It's just saying that uh, my mother was I think she was very strict on me when it comes to, like, laziness. Like, I literally had surgery. I had my tonsils removed from in the hospital, and on, like, the last day in the hospital, I specifically heard the doctor say, give her these as needed for pain, but she needs rest. Because anyone who's had surgery, that's technically a major surgery too. Anytime they got to put you under, like, anesthesia, is major surgery. So, anyways, my mom, she let me sleep, I think, one day, and I'm being generous with the one day. But the next day, I was like, well, I just want to take my pill, and I want to keep resting. She was like, well, I need your help in the kitchen. I can't cook, so she didn't call me there to help her cook anything. She called me there so I can sit at the table and fold, like, dish towels or hand towels for, the bathroom type thing. And the whole point of the story is, my mother instilled in me to stare around the house. And if you grew up anywhere, uh, like, I guess I'm not going to say the state, but it was just something that people said where I initially grew up, was to stir around the house. And that means get your ass up and move around. You'll feel better. And if you don't feel better after, let's say, 2 to 3 hours after you've done at least one or two chores, then you can go lay back down. But you shouldn't lay back down or lay there, like, indefinitely, because you won't get back up. So I thank my mother, and I thanked her when she was here too, um, for, giving me that gift. Like, she could have just said fuck it, or fuck them kids. So, anyways, instead of asking that, because that's gonna come to eventually, not today, but eventually, I will ask her, just more advice, But for now, I'm just gonna stick to my husband and what my husband would like me to know. He passed on 11/30, 2021, and trust me, I'm still messed up from that day. But it's not in a negative sense. We were together for 21 years. So, but anyways, I'm just asking just to give this deck a try. And if I feel like I'm not getting enough on these first three pulls, I promise you, there will be. I'm not gonna keep pulling cards before I pull the entire deck. That wouldn't make sense. Like, 9 is usually my limit. Then I'll pull. If I have pulled 9 cards, that means I must pull 3 more. That will be the advice from the ancestors. That's just the way I do it. I mean, you guys may do it differently. So I have the deck here in my hand, basically in case I need to pull more additional cards, So again, I asked the question to my husband, what is it that he would like me to know? And I have this little elephant here, and that was his when he was here. And I pulled a piece of amethyst out just to have near the deck, and I have the cellulite that Quatita has that she included in the package. If you saw the first video, I have the amethyst because my husband gave me this huge statue amethyst. This isn't a part of it. It's just a representation of what I have. And the little elephant, just to have something small. If you realize how many crystals and stones I have on my nightstand or in my room, you'll understand why the smaller is better. All right. Remember, the question is, if there was something that my husband wanted me to know, this will come out. Hopefully, in the first 3 cards. And once again, I pulled the not seeing clearly card. Open your eyes. Crushing on you or you on them. Be open. So, like I said, not seeing clearly. And that could be a part of the answer, that I'm just not seeing things clearly. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And get to know each other. Like I said, these cards were geared towards my husband, who is now unalived. And so I'm not surprised that this love card came up. I'm just not surprised. But I know Quatita, she included a guidebook, which I have it here. But usually when I read cards, I read what's there, like what's in the picture, and then if I don't really have an understanding, then I'll go to the guidebook. And this one, the third card is Mother Nature. Reconnect with self. And I've been asking for certain things outside of this. So I believe these cards were geared towards my question, but just for shits and giggles, we will pull 3 more. So, I mean, sorry. I know these aren't cards. I mean, I would tell you if I felt like they didn't pertain to me. Like, oh no, that one's not for me. I mean, shit, I don't know what spirit wants me to see. But this one was geared towards my husband. So if all these cards come up, love cards, and at the end of these, when I get done pulling, I'll show you the next card. So you don't think that I shuffled these and put the ones that I wanted to put in there. No. I would make a live video so you can see and all that, but YouTube won't post my videos, so not like that. The next one, it says cheating, lies, confusion. It says grievance. It's a grievance card. I'm not cheating and there's no lies, but there's definitely confusion, and it definitely is. It says not your fault, heartbreak. I mean, it's a grievance card. And I just stated at the beginning that my husband, he transitioned on the 30th of November. So, again, I said I would pull more cards, and it says Wings of Love. Now, I have never looked at these cards like in depth, like just in depth, like just to keep looking at them and reading. That's why it's slowing me down, because I have to zoom in. Sorry. Yesterday when I opened the deck, it's like you know you're getting older when you need your glasses, and even if you don't put them on, or if you put them on, you still can't see that well. But the Wings of Love, it's like it's a grievous card. I believe these cards came up for a reason. I have no idea what this third card is gonna be, but everything that's here, you know, everything that's here thus far has been. And I'm not going to tell you the one that I was asking for because I don't like everybody knowing everything about me. But everything is geared towards the question thus far. And if this third card, this sixth card comes up also in connection, then I probably will just stop here. And Wings of Love, I absolutely love this phrase because I mean, I have no idea what they're doing over there in um, the other side, but I know what I saw on the camera when I asked. This is when he first expired, so it was probably around January 2022, and I know what I saw on the Ring camera. Well, one of the cameras I saw that, and every so often I'll see these little signs, and you know what, I'll just upload it at the end of the video and you can be the judge of what you see. Okay, the last card. Okay, see, now what I was going to say before I flipped the card over was the Papa Candelo card is in here, but I don't think it was going to come up. But again, I didn't know until I flipped it over. And I didn't want cards not pertaining to the question. And the question was, what do you want me to know? And it says physical, but it says push through it. Like, that's some shit he would say. Like, you can do it, Tiff. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny to me, like an inside joke. But at the same time, you know, that's what I'm seeing. The other words aren't popping off like the other ones may be. But push through it. Like, what I asked the question, what does my husband want me to know? And this is what he's telling me. That's is what I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not ashamed of being wrong. But, you know, and you can be the you know what? Get your own deck, pull your own cards, and then you be the judge of what comes out of that deck. Now, because of this one, that's how I know the cards were for me. And it is a lot of confusion going on now. But I understand, but and I understand that it's not my fault, even though it is what it is, you know. And I can't change that. So, and this word physical, and he's probably saying, you're still here. So, you know, don't just sit there and waste it. So I'm going to pull two cards on the side, and that's going to be the advice, the advice from the ancestors. That's the first one, and this is the second one. So, since I'm just going to stop right there, and it says lovers, trust and unity. Now, again, some people see grief, especially if they're husband and wife or whatever the case is. If that's your spouse, and if my husband and I, we talked about this before he transitioned. Like, we were together, like I said, 21 years. We talked about everything, including, are you going to get with somebody in the event that, you know, one of us go first? And I remember him saying, fuck yeah. Like, he literally said it like that. And he looked at me because I was like, really? I wasn't upset. I wasn't emotional. I said, well, that's your choice if you want to get with someone. But you best believe I'm still going to be around you to make sure this chick ain't going to dismantle what we put together. Like, no. And he was like, he said, I'm just messing with you, boo. I'm not gonna get with anyone. Then he said, he like looked at me like he was very shy. He looked at me and he says, "What about you?" I was like, "Nah, I've been done. If this, like, even if our marriage didn't work out, I was done. Like, I was done because I was married before, and there would never be another one like him. So, no." And he was like, "Okay, well, that's all. Let's see TV." Like, like we left it at that. But we also talked about final things, like, did we want a funeral and all that stuff? I was like, we don't go to church. Like, we're not even affiliated with one. That's not our life. So why would we put on a false pretense at the end? And he was like, "Good, because I just want to be cremated." And I was like, "Fantastic, me too." And I said, "Don't let them do certain things, blah blah blah." So I'm gonna pull the final card, which is, I mean, it's already pulled, but I'm gonna flip it. So look, look at Papa. And I swear on everything that I love, which is myself and the love that I have for my husband, I had no idea this card was going to come up. It may not even be pertaining to me, but because it's Papa, I'm going, see, it ain't even about sit your ass down. It ain't even about that. It's about this. That's what it's about. Enjoy life. Which is kind of confusing because of the teachings, like we're really the dead ones and the ones that are unalive are really living, which I could understand that. But this is what I was supposed to see. Enjoy life. Let's see what else is here. Well, I'm already true to myself. Act wisely. But this is the message that is sitting out, that's resonating with my soul, is enjoy life. Now, whether that message came directly from Papa, I have no idea because I didn't ask Papa, I asked my husband. That's who I asked the question to. And none of these, because initially, like I said, I was asking the exact same question in regards to my mother. And none of these, other than this Mother Nature one, but that's not the one that's popping off the card for me. None of these cards are pertaining to my mother. None of them. And this one is probably my favorite one right here. But again, trust in unity and enjoy life. That's gonna be it for this video, and I do apologize that it's nearly 20 minutes because it wasn't meant to be 20 minutes. Like, I recently purchased one of Quatita's videos. I mean, not videos, one of her readings, and you best believe I'm just gonna let her talk and do what she gotta do, because it's not that I talk a lot. It's just, how someone that tell you half the story, you just make it seem like they're lying. And like, well, with me, it's like when I had one of my readings with her, it was a public reading, not the private ones. And she said, "What's the connection with George Lopez?" And if I would have just said, "Oh, it's just an inside joke," like, she asked a question for a reason. Like, she literally asked a question for a reason. So I just told her the short story, how, about George Lopez and his real wife, not the TV one. He needed surgery. He needed a kidney transplant. And the moment that the real wife, the one that they were married under, whatever, that the divorce ended. And I'm just not going to be giving away organs if you're just going to leave me at the end. And so that was our joke between myself and my husband, that I was going to give him one of my kidneys. And so he could still be with me and we could still be with each other. It was never a codependence thing with us. We actually enjoyed each other's company, like, so much so we didn't see very much TV. We just loved talking. So I had to tell her that little bit so she could understand, what the situation is. So, yeah, I mean, I would be kind of disappointed if somebody pulled all these damn cards and they didn't tell me what they meant. Like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah," like, it's like they scanned through. "Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Look right there. It says enjoy life." But what about the other cards? So I show gratitude to Spirit, to my husband, and I show gratitude to Quatita for putting this together and I don't want to be like, what's the word? Selfish, or greedy or anything like that, but I show gratitude and I thank you for creating this deck of cards for me. See, my cards were created for me. Your cards are going to be created for you. If you have not ordered your cards, and I'm not just saying this to, she is not a butter me up type person anyways, but go get you a deck and like don't look at the price like, oh well, I gotta wait till I do this and do that, and then by the time you do this and do that, you done got your hair done, your nails done, you done bought a new pair of designer shoes, and you done put a deposit on the bag, and it's like, don't do that. Like, just buy the cards, and you could possibly connect with your loved ones this way. Ashe. Okay, I'm going to add this part to the video towards the end or somewhere along those lines. I took a picture of the cards or the reading for myself, and because I focused a lot on the grievance card, I'm going to go ahead and try to show you because I know I'm going through that. It says grievings, the cheating and the lies, that has nothing to do with me. The power trip also has nothing to do with me, or even the question, the confusion. I can't fix everything. That means that definitely, it's like the arrows are pointing towards the question. Heartbreak, I already said that. I don't know what the blue letters are, unless that says narcissist. And it says at the bottom in green letters, it's not your fault. So, about these cards, I guess this is the review of it. That the words are gonna pop for me. They're popping off the cards. They're definitely popping off the cards. Like what's important to me, or what the message is for me. Now I'm gonna look at the Papa card real quick, and you can see Papa Candelos, and it says love genuinely. And then the one that I thought was just focusing on me, like I said, these two cards here were the messages that are from, in my opinion, from the ancestors, and to enjoy life, love genuinely. And the sit your ass down part, I don't think so, because that doesn't pertain to me. I'm not in denial. It just don't have anything to do with the question. And it says be true to yourself. Again, these two cards represent the advice from the ancestors. If I would have just pulled three cards, this would have been the advice from the ancestor. Because I pulled six, these are the two. So again, whatever message pops off the screen or pops off of the cards for you, then that's your message, in my opinion. And this is the first one. When I first saw it, it was saying open your eyes, not seeing clearly. And then at the bottom, it says crushing on you. And at least that's what I think it says in blue. I don't have any glasses right here. But again, if that's the case, then these cards again are geared towards me. They're geared towards me because my husband and I, we loved each other. And it's hard to say it in past tense because I know he's still around. Like, he's never left me. Like, why, when the physical, why would he leave? Why would he leave me now? Like, that don't make sense. Not everybody gets with other people and blah, blah, blah. Not judging you, I'm just saying that we're different. We're different. So, like I said, whatever message pops off that screen for you. And I was just thinking about, like, when I used to be on social media, they would post like memes that would resemble a word find, and it would say the first three words that you find, it'll define your day, or blah blah blah. And people would pick happiness or wealth, success. Like, they always circled those first in their mind. That's the way I'm going to interpret these cards. And of course, like I said, it does come with a guidebook. But if I would have pulled these cards and I was still confused, then I'm going to look in here. And I'm sure there is plenty of pack food information in this book, not just affirmations, but there's other things on, card spreads and things like that. Okay, I just wanted to come back to say that. Go order your deck. Go order your deck. If you don't, just order your deck. Ashe.